Those of us that live on the border are naturally interested in what takes place here. And we got to think about, well, how do we define the border? Is it simply a political line that divides two countries? Before 2011, for example, the border was expanding. It was expanding 60 miles in each direction. There was an agreement between the United States and Mexico called the La Paz Agreement, where literally 60 miles north, 60 miles south was considered to be part of a border. And people could travel generally freely, cross into those areas for business, for medical reasons, for shopping, and that includes all the way here to Tucson. In this seminar, we're going to cover all the way from who crosses the border, under what conditions, not only people, but goods in both directions. We're going to talk about the history of the border. How was this border formed? And then talk a lot about immigration, because these issues have been important to the United States and to Mexico from the formation of this border in 1848, and then with the Gadsden Purchase a few years later, it basically established the current border. Every day, in fact, the U.S. Mexico border is the most frequently border crossed in the world. People, goods move on a daily basis in both directions. I get a lot of questions about the border, and one of them today, that is in the last year or so, is Mexico going to pay for the wall? We're going to talk about that, and I have some ideas. Mexico's not going to pay for the border wall directly, but in many respects, Mexico's paying for it already. And in terms of issues of trade and mobility and so forth. But I think what my goal for the seminar is that all of us will leave the seminar with a better understanding of the current social, political, economic, cultural issues around the border, not just simply the wall. The wall is one critical issue today, but whether the wall is built, and in fact, there are already over 700 miles of some type of wall on the border. There are many areas where you can't build a wall, but regardless of whether it's a wall or not, this border will continue to be critical to both nations and perhaps to the entire hemisphere. I think we all agree that both immigration and the U.S. Mexico border are very interesting and timely topics. And I hope that you'll all join me this fall, and we'll have a lively discussion. There's no doubt about that, I'm certain. And I hope that in the process we'll all come away with a better understanding of this border that's so critical to both nations.